Incoming torpedo.
I reached for countermeasures. The panel was dead. I rolled left.
No, let him struggle a little longer. He still believed the engines were enough. The machine was less optimistic. Connection initiated. Welcome, visitor.
After countless attempts, the Jackal finally came online. More than half my console remained dark, but the engines responded. That was enough. I attempted to regroup with what remained of the retreat.
Row 1, report.
Row 1, respond.
Medical cutter through.
Thebes receiving evacuees.
Where is ISIS?
Do not look back. Keep moving.
The retreat was still out there, broken, scattered, but moving. I switched channels.
Row 3, respond.
For one stupid, exhausted second, my thumb moved toward Row 2's channel. His name reached my throat and stayed there. The Jackal shook beneath me, every vibration carrying a new failure. Hull stress rising along the starboard frame. She had carried evacuees through fire. She had watched Row 2 die. She had flown beside ISIS into the last charge. Now every failing system was asking her to stop. I could not let her. Across the wreckage field, one surviving nomad warform turned toward the awakening Jackal. Then the ship's warning system sounded.
Incoming torpedo.
I barely had time to look. A nomad torpedo tore through the nebula, blue, white, and alive with violent light. A shard of lightning given purpose. I reached for countermeasures. The panel was dead. I rolled left. The inertial dampeners screamed. The damaged stabilizer gave me nothing. The Jackal turned too slowly. Again. Too slowly. The torpedo struck the Jackal's starboard frame. Violence, pure and absolute, ripped through the fighter. The cockpit slammed sideways. My restraints caught me hard enough to steal the air from my lungs.
Hull breach.
Panels burst open. Warning lights became a red storm. Something behind me detonated and tore through the rear compartment in a wave of heat and shrapnel. Alarms overlapped.
Reactor unstable. Ejection recommended. Ejection recommended.
The White Jackal had nothing left. The fighter tumbled end over end, bleeding fire and fragments into the void. Stars smeared across the canopy. Toledo vanished, returned, vanished again. The remains of ISIS flashed past in burning pieces. I reached for the controls. Nothing answered, except the ship, screaming through every warning system still alive. Eject. The canopy blew outward. The ejection charge hurled me into the void. The White Jackal detonated beneath my boots. The shockwave struck through the suit and sent me spinning. Pieces of my ship, my home for years, spiraled into the dark like molten snowflakes. Then silence followed. I could hear only my own sharp breathing inside the helmet. I drifted through smoke and shrapnel, past shards of ISIS, past frozen vapor, past fragments of planetary ice flung high enough to catch starlight before they died. Toledo filled half the sky, no longer a sphere, but a broken gem cracking open from within. The only sounds left were my breath and the suit's system notifications.
Suit pressure stable. Thermal loss detected. Emergency beacon active.
I reached for the helmet's short-range comm, as if someone could still be close enough to hear me.
Row 1. Row 3. Anyone?
My wing, Zeta 21, was gone. Not confirmed. Gone from me. In battle, there is a difference. Across the wreckage field, the nomads began to withdraw. Not in panic. Not in defeat. In completion. Their war forms folded into ruptures of distorted space, one after another. Massive shapes disappearing into blue fractures that opened and closed without sound. The wounded remnants vanished. Even the fragments of the destroyed nomad capital ship began to dim. Mission complete. They were not retreating. They were leaving because there was nothing left to take. My breathing slowed. I turned in the void, helpless against my own momentum, and Toledo turned with me. The world that had sheltered us, tested us, and buried so many of us came apart without a sound. As I drifted farther from Toledo, the planet shrank behind my visor. I did not know where my momentum was carrying me. I did not know how fast. Cold seeped through the suit's thermal layers and settled deep into my bones.
Thermal decline. Seek recovery immediately.
I almost laughed. There was nowhere to seek. Tears escaped and floated inside my visor, small and luminous against the helmet glass. O Toledo, sidus frigidum, lucem tuam obscurat bellum. The words faded with my consciousness. Then something changed. My comms crackled once. A voice tried to reach me through the dark. I could not understand the words. I only knew they were not static. Then the dark closed over me.
Cassius, even your ship knew when to stop. You called refusal duty. How human. Tell me, visitor, when something in your life is breaking, do you let go or keep pushing until it takes you with it? Leave your answer in the archive. Signal approval if you feel generous. Continued connection is naturally preferable. Session terminated.